7 Network Sport, in conjunction with the Lawn Tennis Association of Australia, proudly present this live and exclusive telecast of the N.S.W. Building Society Women's Open. Your commentators are Peter Landy and Garry Wilkinson, with special comments from Allan Stone.
Thank you, and a very good afternoon, everyone, from White City. Welcome to finals day in the N.S.W. Building Society Women's Open for 1981. A little bit overcast in Sydney, a possibility of rain later in the day. We certainly are keeping our fingers crossed. Right now, we're just awaiting the arrival of I believe the official party who will be coming into the stadium here in just a couple of moments. Before they do, it does give me the opportunity to give you the result of the unfinished double semi-final yesterday on centre court, which in fact was just getting underway when our network telecast concluded. It saw a convincing win to Navratilova and Shriver, defeating the well-credentialed combination of Casals and Turnbull in straight sets. The first set went to a tie-break, 7-6, and Navratilova and Shriver wrapping the match up in straight sets, winning the second 6-2. So in fact it is an all-American afternoon final here today, with Martina Navratilova and Evert to fight out the singles. And to get his comments on that, once again it's my pleasure to introduce Allan Stone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Peter.
Well, we've been discussing this at length, Allan. Who should win? We've come up with many reasons why Chris should and many reasons why Martina should win the final here today. The Abbey Jazz Band, God Save the Queen, and the arrival of the official party. Well, as I said, we've discussed many reasons why Chris should win, many reasons why Martina should win. They're coming down in the car. You still hadn't made up your mind.
Well, logic really, I think, says that Navratilova should win. She's the better grass court player. She has the best serve volley game in women's tennis, but I always hate to think that if I tip against Evert, because really she is the world's #1 player. Grass isn't her best surface, but she's won 3 Wimbledon, so she can't be bad on it.
No.
And I think conditions actually today might favour her. This is not going to be the fastest of grass courts today. It's rather a humid day with quite a low cloud ceiling. We've had a fair bit of rain overnight again, so it's not going to be the fastest of conditions. So again, it's going to be a bit difficult to predict. Logic says Navratilova, but I'm not so certain.
Well, 3-all on grass. Overall, their careers, Chrissy is in front, 28-15. Martina beat her on a very fast indoor surface in Japan last week.
Yes, and won't be as fast as this today, though. And as you said, 28-15. So Evert, of course, is the better match player. She's the better, has the better big match temperament. And whichever way it goes, I'm really looking forward to seeing a great final.
The seeds have worked out pretty well, because Navratilova comes back in the doubles later on to partner Pam Shriver. They've had a great season this year, winning many, many tournaments, and they come up against the #2 seeds in Jordan and Smith.
Yes, so another great match. And really, when you look at the program, we've got either all current Wimbledon champions or former champions.
That's right.
So that's an unbelievable program, isn't it?
Okay, well, I'll let you make your way upstairs, Allan, and we'll introduce the players for the singles final. Would you welcome the players for the final of the singles, ladies and gentlemen, in the N.S.W. Building Society Women's Open for 1981, Evert and Martina Navratilova.
Signals today, man.
Well, that is a reception, a worthy reception, as Evert and Martina Navratilova enter the centre court arena, accompanied by the 2 young girls there bearing the rackets. That young lady, Janelle Burns, just taking the flowers, the bouquet of flowers from Chris, and Janelle and her companion, Rebecca Jones, getting a warm hand from the crowd now as they leave the centre court arena, having completed their duty in carrying out the rackets for the contestants in the final. Well, Allan Stone, a man of some sentiment, and as he said, it doesn't matter which way it cuts. He just somehow hesitates to forecast against Chris Evert-Lloyd. He's seen Chris rise to stardom from about, was it 70, 71 when she first came on the world scene, and is a great admirer of her style of play and a great admirer of her application and mental toughness. He's also a great admirer of the brand of grass court tennis that Martina Navratilova is capable of. So he was in a bit of a quandary there. As the two players begin their hit up, once more we go back to Peter Landy.
Our finalists are two of the all-time greats in the world of tennis. At the southern end of the courts, a player who holds the distinction of winning a record 125 successive matches on clay from a period in 1973 through to 1979, 4 times the winner of the Virginia Slims Championship, 3 times winner of Wimbledon, 5 times the winner of the United States Open, 4 times winner of the Italian Open, and 4 times winner of the French. All told, in her career, a winner of no fewer than 12 Grand Slam titles. In this tournament, she's defeated Ann Kiyomura, Nancy Jurgen, Evonne Corley, and in a memorable semi-final yesterday, Bettina Bunge, ranked 1 in the world, the tournament's #1 seed from Palm Springs in California, Chris Evert-Lloyd. Her opponents, an equally lengthy list of tournament wins right throughout the world over many years, twice winner of Wimbledon and 3 times successful in the doubles, twice winner of the US indoors title, 3 times winner of the United States Open doubles and the winner of the Italian Open doubles, a former finalist in the Australian Open in singles and in doubles, a winner of 4 Avon tournaments this year, plus the championship final both in singles and in doubles, and a winner of 3 other singles championships plus 8 doubles titles, including the Wimbledon doubles in 1981. In the tournament, she's defeated Marjorie Blackwood, Sue Saliba, Barbara Potter, and in her semi-final yesterday, successful over Australia's Wendy Turnbull. The tournament's #2 seed, ranked 3 in the world from Charlottesville in Virginia, Martina Navratilova. Our umpire for the 1981 singles final of the N.S.W. Building Society Women's Open is Pat Walker.
Two minutes, thank you, ladies. Your Excellency, Lady Rowland, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, N.S.W. Building Society Women's Open, match between Mrs. Chris Evert-Lloyd, United States, Miss Martina Navratilova, United States, will be the best of 3 12-point tiebreak sets. Mrs. Evert-Lloyd won the toss and has elected to receive in the first game.
Well, as play is about to get underway, let's find out from Chris Evert-Lloyd herself how she feels going into this match against Martina Navratilova.
Well, I'm sure I'll be a little nervous. I think Martina's playing very, very well these days, especially the last 2 or 3 months. She's had some good wins, and she beat me last week, and I know what kind of tennis I have to play to beat her. You know, I have to be aggressive, and I have to try to come in to the net on her backhand, which is her weakest shot. And whoever is the more aggressive one usually wins our matches.
Well, we'll see who's going to be the more aggressive, I guess, on what we've seen in the tournament to date. And on this surface, you'd have to vote for Martina on that score, but then Chris Evert-Lloyd is just so solid. Here we go. Final 1981 N.S.W. Building Society Women's Open.
Out. Love 15. Love 30. $15.30. Fault. All.
First race of the match.
40-30.
That's the shot right there that can turn the match for Navratilova.
Game was Navratilova. Navratilova leads 1 game to love, first set. Time.
Martina Navratilova holding serve in the opening game of the first set. And before a capacity crowd here at White City, it's going to be Chris Evert-Lloyd to serve from the northern end.
Yes, Navratilova down love 30 in that opening game, but she was able to produce those
Evert-Lloyd to serve.
Good first serves, and I think if she serves at her best, then she'll be going a long way to taking this title.
Love.
Oh, close. Was he just having a look at the lines lady down there?
fault. Fifteen 30.
First break points of the match.
Yes, a bit lucky there for Navratilova. She mishit that backhand that landed very short, which set up the break point.
Fault. Thirty 40. Navratilova leads 2 games to love.
Good touch here from Navratilova to play that one close to a body, so that's great racket work to still be able to control the shot and come up with the winner. 2 love.
Love 15.
Great effort by Chris to get back into that point. She was really on the run the first couple of exchanges.
Love 30.
And a chance to really apply some pressure to retrieve the early break of serve.
And she was down love 30, of course, in the first service game, wasn't she?
First service. Love 40.
So 3 points for the break back with that passing shot winner from Chrissy Evert-Lloyd.
Fifteen 40.
Better angle on that smash.
30 40. Deuce.
It's the sort of points that Navratilova will be looking for. A good first serve in and a winning volley, trying to get the points over quickly. Suits her style of play.
Fault.
The longer the ball goes over the net, or the more times the ball goes over the net, the more times, or the more chance for Chris Evert-Lloyd. Oh, what a shot.
Tremendous rally from both players here.
Advantage,
Each one just looking for the opening, looking for the edge, and Navratilova was the one that found it with that great shot from outside the court.
Just
Out.
missed.
Deuce.
And remember that she's come up from love 40 down too in this third game.
Advantage, Mrs. Evert Lloyd. Out. Game, Mrs. Evert Lloyd.
Chrissy breaks back.
Miss Navratilova leads 2-1, first set. Time.
Yeah. Two service breaks in the first 3 games of the first set. Chrissy Evert Lloyd to serve.
Out. 15 love.
Well, Navratilova was a bit unlucky in that last game. She came back from love 40 and had a game point. Just missed the line with a volley, so she's a bit unlucky not to be up 3 love in this opening set.
Oh, dropped in.
15 all.
This lovely change up there. Looked like she was going to chip down the line, and at the last minute just came underneath the ball for a perfect drop shot.
Faults.
Too good. Just inside the baseline.
30-15.
We're running into the 4th game of this final, and already we're seeing some wide range of shots from both players. Angles, lobs, aces.
All.
So a very high standard opening to this match.
$40-30. Faults.
Anything short gets the treatment.
Deuce.
Well, Navratilova was about 2 metres inside the baseline when she took that second service.
Second successive deuce game.
Out. Advantage, Mrs. Evert Lloyd. Out. Game, Mrs. Evert Lloyd. Two games all.
So Evert Lloyd pulling up from 2-love to 2-all.
$15 Out. 30 love. First service. Fault. Double fault. 30-15. Out. 40-15.
Good swinging second service there from Navratilova, landing short. That slice really taking Chris Evert Lloyd out of court.
Out. Game, Miss Navratilova. Miss Navratilova leads 3-2, first set. Time.
Navratilova leading 3-2 in the first set. Chris Evert Lloyd to serve from the northern end. Ideal conditions here for this final at White City this afternoon. Not much breeze and not too hot.
Fault.
Two, 3, second serve. Missed.
Love 15.